So guys, the next session we have here on Java is the flow control statements. Okay, I'm going to explain the flow control statements. Yesterday I covered variables, data types, operators, and literals. Now let's move on to the next part. Yesterday someone had a question. Okay, so uh, what was that? Whether that person is available or not, I don't know. That's fine. Okay, fine. For now,
Addition of two strings, sir.
yeah. Please.
Yeah,
What is the
yesterday I asked that question, sir. Addition of two strings. Adding
addition
of
of
two strings, sir.
two strings, right? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'll just show you that first, and after that, I'll go to the flow control statements.
Okay, sir.
Let the Eclipse IDE launch. Addition of two strings, right? So fine.
Yes, sir.
So fine. Let's say you create some strings. Let's say first name. Okay. Just name it as Arun, and I'll say string last name. This is my last name, Motori. Okay. And here I'll simply say that system.out.println, or I'll create one more string if required. String full name is equal to this first name plus this last, and then I'll give some space. Okay. Double quote and space is also a string actually. Space string. And then I'll put last name here. And then I'll print it out. What will be printed, guys? Arun space Motori will be printed in the output. Okay. Here, plus is not an addition. You should not say addition of strings. It is a concatenation of the strings. Okay. What should be say? What you should be saying? Concatenation. Everyone type in the chat box. Here, when you use plus symbol with the strings, it's concatenates. Type concatenate or concatenates or whatever it is. Concatenation or whatever it is. Everyone type in the chat box. Concatenates, concatenation. Okay, whatever you feel. Yes. Here plus is acting like a concatenation operator. It's concatenating one string with another string. It's attaching. It's simply attaching. It's not doing any addition or, 9 plus 1, 10. It's not doing that, right? It's attaching one string to the another one. Here, first name got attached to this space. And first name space are getting attached to last name. Concatenated. Okay. And finally, we got the output as Arun space Motori. We got the output. Okay. Okay, so what is the other one I would like to explain? The next one is, if I say int a is equal to 5, comma, b is equal to 4, then, okay, then uh, int c is equal to A plus B I'll write. Okay. Now system.out.println. Here I'll write double quote. If I provide double quote, this is what I'm providing here inside a string. Inside the string, what I'm providing? It is a
text
string literal I am providing. Okay. Sum of plus A plus and plus B is plus C. This what? Okay. So this one you can learn a lot. Okay. With this string, you can learn a lot. You see here, this part is a string, right? What I'm doing here, plus will act like a concatenation operator or addition operator. Here, A is a number, 5, whereas this particular part is a string. String plus number, concatenation or addition. Earlier, string plus string, concatenation, number plus number, addition. But this time, string is getting attached to a number. It's concatenation or addition in this case.
concatenation.
Concatenation only. Okay. When one part of the operand is a string text, automatically it is concatenation only. So sum of A will be concatenated with the number 5. Sum of 5, and that sum of 5 will be concatenated with and space. Sum of 5 and that sum of 5 and will be concatenated with B, that is 4. Sum of 5 and 4. Sum of 5 and 4 will be concatenated with is. Sum of 5 and 4 is. That sum of 5 and 4 is will be concatenated with the result C, that is A plus B, that is 9. Sum of 5 and 4 is 9. Will be printed in the output. Like right click run as Java application. Sum of 5 and 4 is what? 9 we got. Able to understand this part? Okay. Now just see one more thing I'll explain. Int A is equal to 9. Okay. System.out.println. I'll say 1 plus A. What will be the output? Everyone type your result in the chat box. Pushkar is saying 19. What about others? What do you say? What is the output? Nagavani 10. Manjit 19. Power 19. Most of the people are saying 19. One nine nine. Yes, 19. 19. Okay. Yeah. Again, Nagavani change it to 19. That's fine. It's 19 only, guys. Okay. Here, 1 is not a number, guys. Okay. Once you provide, once you surround something with double quotes, it's a string, guys. String will be concatenated with the number. So 1 will be attached to the number 9. So it will result in 19. Okay. Similarly, system.out.println 1 plus 5. What will be the result here? It will be 6 or 15. 6 or 15. This part. 15. 1 is a string that will be concatenated with a number, that is 1 plus 5 will not happen. Concatenation will happen here. 1 attached to 5, 15 will be the result. You run the code, you'll get 19 and 15 will be printed. Okay. Fine, guys. So these are few things that you need to know in addition to. Okay. If you surround 1 with single quote, okay, that's a good question. Int A is equal to, let's say, int A is equal to some 5, system.out.println, sorry, 1 plus 5. This is actually character. I'm just thinking it may be converted, okay? Or I'll give something like 115 or something. It's not taking. Why? Invalid character constant, okay. Okay, single character should be there, na? Right? Okay, one single quote, right? So I don't think it's giving 54, guys. It's giving 54. How? Let's find out. ASCII table. Actually, that is a number, right? So one, how it is converting, I even don't know. Okay, what's happening that. But if I give something like yes or something, then we can figure out what's happening here. 115 plus 5. This is getting converted to ASCII number. But what is the ASCII number for 1? Okay, for ASCII number for 1 is also there, 49. 49 plus 5, 54. That's why we are getting 54, I guess. Okay. Character getting converted to ASCII number 49 plus 5. Okay. Whatever we have that in mind is happening here. Okay. So here concatenation is not happening. Addition is only happening. This is getting converted into the number. While adding this particular thing into a number, this character is getting converted to an integer number. Okay. ASCII number. Yes, that's it. Correct. Okay, guys. Okay. So ASCII number, it's getting converted. Okay. So this is very good. So fine. Then let's move on to the today's topic, that is flow control statements. Okay, flow control statements. What are flow control statements? Flow control describes the order in which the statements will be executed at the runtime. So far, if you observe the Java programs, they are getting executed in an order. Okay, let's say this is a Java code. Assume that this is a Java code. So far, we have not used any flow control statements. And when you run this kind of Java programs, they are getting executed in a particular order. Like this, they are getting executed. Okay. Java statements are getting executed in this particular order from this one to this one. Okay. Without flow control statements. After first line, second line is getting executed. After second statement, third statement, then fourth statement, fifth statement, sixth statement, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and so on. Sequential order. Okay. But the moment you introduce flow control statements, okay, the moment you introduce this flow control statements, the order in which the statements will be executed can be modified. Okay. With the help of this flow control statements, we can modify the order in which the statements are getting executed. Instead of the statements getting executed in a sequential manner, okay, once you have this flow control statements added to our Java programs and all, what may happen? How the statements may get executed? Statements may get executed like this. After the first statement, second statement may be executed. From the second statement, we may directly go to this statement. And from this statement, we may continue the execution. In between, two statements got skipped. They didn't get executed. Okay. First, second. After that, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Okay. So this kind of way is possible. Not only this, guys. There's another way where you see the statements get executed like this. And here, the same three lines will be executed, multiple times. You see, the flow is revolving here only. That means the three lines are getting executed multiple times, let's say 10 times, and then continue with the execution. Okay. Repeatedly, the same lines will get executed, or some lines will get skipped, or we may go from this line to this line, this line to this line, this line to this line, this line to this line. All this kind of different flows are possible with the help of what? How it is possible, guys? With the help of by adding what to our Java programs, the flow of the execution of the code will change. Which statements? With the help of which statement the execution of the flow, the order in which the statements will be executed will change? Type in the chat box your answer. Using what statements the execution flow will change? Everyone type yes, flow control statements, right? Control flow statements, flow control statements, whatever you say. Everyone type in the chat box. Flow control statements. Yes, flow control statements are the right answer. Fine. So let's begin then. Okay. So now we understood what exactly are the flow control statements. But in Java, there are different type of flow control statements and they can be categorized as below, guys. Okay. The flow control statements in Java can be categorized as below. One is selection statements, other is iterative statements, other is transfer statements. Okay. Flow control statements in Java are of different types. One category is what? Selection statements. Other category is iterative statements. Other category is transfer statements. Let's write it down here. What are the different types of flow control statements? Different flow control statements in Java. One is selection statements, then iterative statements, then transfer statements, right? Selection, iterative, and transfer statements. Selection, iterative, and transfer statements. So everyone type in the chat box the three types of flow control statements: selection, iterative, and transfer. Okay, type that so that you guys can remember. Selection, iterative, and transfer. Everyone type in the chat box selection, iterative, and transfer statements are the three types of flow control statements we have in Java. So be fast, guys, be fast. Don't waste the time. Whenever I say you guys have to type, just keep typing. That's it. Okay. Yes, great. Then coming to the selection statements. The first category of statements are selection statements. Selection statements have one or more conditions which either return true or false when evaluated. If I say A is greater than B, okay? If I say A is greater than B, what will be the result, guys? Either it will be true or false, right? There is a condition, okay? A is greater than B is a condition. The result can be either true or false. Such kind of conditions, one or more conditions will be there in the selection statements, okay? Selection statements have one or more conditions which either return true or false when evaluated. Okay. Based on the result of this condition, if this condition results in true, the set of code will be executed. If the condition results in false, the set of code may not be executed. Okay. Based on the result value, the set of code will be executed. Okay. When condition is true, the set of code will be executed. When the condition is false, the set of code won't be executed. Based on the condition, if you want to run some code and if you don't want to run some code, then we have to go with which type of statements? Selection flow control statements. Okay. Selection flow control statements are the statements which will have one or more conditions. Okay. While writing the selection statements, we will create or write one or more conditions using which the code will be executed or code may not get executed based on the condition outcome. So what are the different types of Java selection statements we have? Selection statements we have if else, if else, and switch. If else is an extension of if, and if else is an extension of if else. Okay. So first we'll start with if, then we'll go with if else, then we'll go with if else, then finally we'll go with the switch case. Okay. So what are the different type of Java selection statements? Different Java selection statements. If else, then if, else if, else, and switch. These are the four different Java selection statements we have. If, then if else, if else, and switch case. Okay, what are the different Java selection statements we have? These four. If else, if else, and switch case. Okay, let's get started with the first one. That is if. Okay, right. Everyone type in the chat box different selection statements we have in Java. Okay, so that you guys can remember. So just keep typing so that I can start with the first one. If selection statement. The first one is if statement, guys. So let's focus on the if selection statement. Code inside the if decision making statement will be executed only when the condition provided inside the if decision making statement returns true. Okay, so just see this diagram. With the help of this diagram, you'll understand. Okay, with the help of this diagram, you'll understand. Just observe this diagram, guys. Okay, the code is getting executed like this, and if condition is there, you see, in selection statements, I told you one or more conditions will be there. This is a one condition. If condition, if this condition means A greater than B or A less than B, such kind of conditions. Okay, if condition, if the condition is resulting in true, then the code inside the if block will be executed. Okay, the code inside the if block will be executed only when this particular condition is true. What if the condition, if condition is false? In that case, this particular code will not be executed. Code inside the if block will not be executed. Instead, it will get skipped. Able to understand, guys? Execution will be like this. And based on this condition, this particular code will be either executed or will not be executed. If the condition is true, this particular code block will be executed. Otherwise, if the condition is false, you see, it's taking a different route without touching this one. Condition will not, this particular code inside this block will not be executed. That's what is the if statements. Okay. Syntax. I'll tell you how to write this if selection statements using that particular condition in Java. So this is the syntax we have to follow. So this is what is the syntax, guys. If circular brackets, condition, starting of the if block, starting like a class has a starting brace and ending brace, and main method also has a starting brace, ending brace. Similarly, this if block also will have a starting point and ending point. This is a body of the if statement. Okay, if selection statement body. Okay, otherwise simply we can call it as if block. If block, if condition and starting of the block, ending of the block, and there are some code inside this block. If the condition is true, if the condition is true, the statements will get executed. The statements inside the if block will be executed. If the condition is false, the statements inside this if block will not be executed. Okay, that's what you have to understand. Demonstrate if decision making statement. So first I'll show you if the condition is true, the code inside the if block is getting executed. If the condition is false, I'll demonstrate the code inside the if block is not getting executed. Okay, the two examples I'll show you. So here, flow control statements demo. or flow control, otherwise is a package, right? Flow control. Just give the name as flow control and create a new class flow control demo. The public static void main. For main method, there is shortcut also, guys. Okay, if you want to write the main method without auto generating, after creating a class, just type main here and say for control space, press enter. Main method will be created. Okay, just type main and say control space, you'll get the main method. So inside this main method, I'm going to write int a is equal to 5, comma b is equal to 4. Now, if condition I have to mention, if a is greater than b, if a is greater than b, then I'll write down system.out.println a is greater than b. Okay, if a is greater than b, then I'll print a is greater than b. So in this case, the condition is true or false. Condition will result in true or false. Type your answer in the chat. This condition results in true or false. 5 greater than 4. True. That means the code inside the block will be executed. It can be one line, it can be multiple line, doesn't matter, guys. Okay, you can have any number of lines inside the if block, one line or multiple line. If the condition is true, this is the starting of the block, this is the ending of the block. The code inside this block will get executed. That is, a is greater than b, a is greater than b, a is greater than b will be printed. You see, a is greater than b, a is greater than b, a is greater. Okay. What if I say, if I change the values like this, 4, 5. In this case, what will happen? I'll simply put a print statement here. End of this program. Again, I'll change it to 5, 4. In this case, what happens? If 5 is greater than 4, true, and we'll go inside the block, a is greater than b, a is greater than b, a is greater than b will be printed. And after that, end of this program also will be printed in the output. Run this code, right click, run as Java application. A is greater than b, a is greater than b, a is greater than b, end of this program also will be printed. Okay. But if I change the values like this, here 4 and here 5, in that case, what will happen? In this case, what will happen? 4 is greater than 5, true or false? 4 is greater than 5, true or false, guys? False. If the condition is false, this block will not be executed. This particular highlighted block will not be executed. Instead, it, as you said, it will get skipped, and the next statement, end of this program only will be printed. A is greater than B will not be printed. Okay. You see, end of this program. Based on this condition, this code will be executed or will not be executed. That's what is the if statement. Clear with the if statements? If selection statements are clear for you? If selection statement is clear, everyone type C if it's clear for you. Great. Then we'll go with the next one. Okay, then we'll go with the next one, if else statements. Okay, the next one is the if else statements. If else is an extension of the if statements. If else is an extension of the if statements. I'll show you how. While using if else decision making statement, either the code inside the if block will, if you are using instead of if you are using if else, what will happen is, if the condition is true, the code inside the if block will get executed. If the condition is true, the code inside the if block will get executed. But if the condition is false, the code inside the else block will get executed. Some code will get executed in this case. In case of if statement, only the code will be executed when the condition is true. If the condition is false, code will not get executed. But in case of if else, some code will get executed. That will belong to either if block or else block. If the condition is true, if block code will be executed. If the condition is false, else block code will be executed. So tell me, guys, if the condition is false, which block code will be executed in if else? If the condition is false, which block code will be executed? Yes, else block code will be executed. Okay. If the condition is true, if block code. If the condition is false, else block code. Okay. That's what is the difference. I'll show you the diagram first. Just observe the diagram, guys. This is the diagram. The code is getting executed. If the condition is true, the code inside the if block will get executed. If the condition is false, the code inside the else block will get executed. Some code will get executed based on this condition. Either true means if condition is true means code inside the if block. If condition is false means code inside the else block. Okay. Now this is the syntax. We have to see the syntax also, right? How to write the code in Java. That's the syntax. If condition, this is the if block. There are some statements inside the if block. If the condition is true, this particular statements inside the if block will be executed. The statements inside the else block will not be executed. If the condition is true, these statements will be executed. These statements won't be executed. But if the condition is false, these statements won't be executed. These statements will be executed. Else block statements will be executed. If block statements won't be executed. Okay. True means this block. False means this block. Simple. Okay. So that's what is the thing, guys. So you see, after the if block is completed, else block will start like this. Okay. These are if block will start here and here. At the ending of the if block, we have else block, starting of the else block and ending of the else block. There are statements inside the if and else block. If the condition is true, if block statements will be executed and else block statements will be skipped. But if the condition is false, if block statements will be skipped and else block statements will be executed. This is what is a if else selection statements. Okay. These are if else selection statements. So I'm going to demonstrate the if else decision making statements with some programs. Okay. With some programs I'm going to demonstrate. I'll just, comment it out, the previous one, so that I can give the code for you guys at the end. Here I'll say int a is equal to 5, comma, b is equal to 4. If a is greater than b, system.out.println a is greater than b. I'm printing this a is greater than b text. Here only one statement can be there in the if block, or you can have any number of statements also. And just for sample, I'm just repeating the same statement, but it's not required. But one statement will be enough. But I'm just for the sake to show you that multiple statements can be added, I'm writing 3 statements. Same statement repeating. Else block is starting at the end of the if block like this, and else block will end here. Else block is ending here. Here I'll write down system.out.println a is less than b. Here also one statement can be there, more than one statement also there. Just to prove that multiple statements can be there, I'm just copy pasting. Now tell me what will be the output, guys. A greater than B, true or false? A greater than B, true or false? Yes, it's true. A greater than B is true, right? So if the condition is true means the code inside the if block will get executed. That is A is greater than B, A is greater than B, A is greater than B will be printed in the output. Okay. What about else block will not be executed? Okay. Else block will not be executed. It will be skipped. And here finally I have to add this end of this program also, just for the sake to see. A is greater than B, A is greater than B, and finally end of this program. Okay. Now, what if I change this to 4 and 5? I change the values like this. A is now 4 and B is 5. This condition will result in 4 is greater than 5 will result in what will be the output, guys? False. If it is false, if block will not be executed and else block will get executed. A is less than B, A is less than B, A is less than B, and finally end of this program will be printed. A is less than B, A is less than B, end of this program. Okay. This is what is if else selection statements. Everyone clear with the if else selection statements? If it is clear, type C in the chat box. If is completed, if else is also completed. Okay. One by one, we are going step by step. The next one, if else statements. Next one is it's an extension of the previous one. Okay. If else. So far, if you clearly observe, either in if selection statements, you see only one condition is there. Only this one condition is there. In if else selection statement also, only one condition is there. Here also one condition. Here also only one condition. Multiple conditions are not there. But in if else selection statements, we can have more than one condition. That's what is the thing. Okay. In if else selection statements, which is an extension of the if else statements, here the main difference between if else and this previously explained if and if else selection statements are, here only one condition will be there in this two, whereas here more than one condition can be there. So if else statements contain more than one conditions, if the first if condition returns false, the code inside the if block will be skipped, and code will be taken and control will be taken to the next condition. If the first condition is false, means that particular block will be skipped and next condition will be checked. If that condition also is false, then that block will be skipped and you'll go to the next block, next condition, and go on until all the conditions are completed. Finally, we'll go to the else block. Okay. So first you understand the diagram, you will understand everything. The diagram looks kind of complex, but it's very easy to understand it. Okay. The diagram may look like this, but it's very easy to understand this. You see, just focus on this part now. If this condition is resulting in true, here, first of all, you can see in this diagram, there are multiple conditions. If condition, else if condition, second condition this is. Else if another condition, third condition. Else if another condition. Else if, finally else block. Okay. How many conditions are there in this example? 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that, any number of conditions can be there. 1, 2. It can have 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 conditions also. Okay. If the first condition is true, then code inside this particular if block will get executed and program will continue like this, and remaining all code will be skipped. But if this particular if condition, first condition is false, then the program will check the next condition, else if condition, else another if condition here. If not this condition, else we are checking another if condition, second if condition. If this condition is true, the code inside that second if block will be executed. Okay. Otherwise, if this condition is false, this block already got skipped because this condition was false. This condition is also false, means this block also will be skipped from execution. And next control will go to the next if condition, else another if condition. Here, if this condition is true, then code inside this particular if block will get executed, third if block will get executed. Otherwise, the condition is false, this also will get skipped and the control will be taken to the next condition. In this diagram, I'm saying, if this condition is true here, this block will be executed. If this condition is also false, all the conditions, if they are false, finally, the code inside the else block will be executed. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear? Have you understood? If else, multiple conditions will be there. If whatever the condition that satisfies as true, that particular block, that condition block will be executed. If not, the control will go and finally, if all the conditions are false, else block will be executed. Okay. So guys, just focus again, as Balu is asking again. Yeah, I'll give you the example. I'll give you an example, okay? I have one my own example, I'll tell you, okay? If condition is the first condition. If this particular condition is true, then the code inside the if block will get executed. Okay. But if this condition is resulting in false, means this block will not be executed, skipped. And rather, the control will go to the next if condition. Next if condition will be checked. If not this condition, we'll check another if condition. Okay. If this condition is true, then the code inside this block will be executed. But if this condition is not true, if it is false, this block also will be skipped and the control will go to the next condition, next if condition. Okay. And if this condition is true, the code inside this particular if block will be executed. Otherwise, if the condition is false, the code inside this. I mean, if the condition is false, it will check if there is any other condition. If the another condition is there, control will go to that particular condition. And if that condition is true, the code inside that particular if block will be executed. Otherwise, if that is also false, all the conditions are false. In that case, finally else block will get executed. Now is it clear? Now is it clear? Balu, is it clear for you? Very simple, guys. The diagram looks like that, but it's very easy to understand. Okay. Syntax. Let's see the syntax, guys, so that you'll understand how to write the code. Step by step, we'll go. No issues. Okay. You see, this is how it looks like. If condition, this is the first if block condition. Okay, condition block. And if this condition is true, means the code inside this if block will be executed. If the condition is false, means it will skip this particular block of code from execution, and the control will go to the next if condition. Else another if condition is there. You see, at the end of this first if block, else keyword is there. After that, another if condition is there. If this first condition is false, means control will come to the second if condition to check whether at least this condition is true or false, kind of true or not. But what if this condition is true, means this block of code will be executed and remaining everything will be skipped. But if this condition is also false, means this block will be skipped and next condition the control will go to, else another if condition. If this condition is true, means the code inside this block will be executed, remaining portion will be skipped. And if this condition is also false, means finally there is no more conditions left. So finally else block statements will be executed. If none of the conditions are true, means the code inside the else block will get executed. If any of the conditions are true, means that particular block, if block codes will be executed, remaining everything will be skipped. Clear with the syntax? Clear with the syntax? How to write the if else selection statements? Okay. Now we'll go with the practicals. Okay. I'll write the code here. Just focus on the code, guys. Int a is equal to 9, comma, b is equal to 7, comma, c is equal to 5, d is equal to 3, e is equal to 1. I'll write something like this. If a is less than b, then I need to print it out. System.out.println. A is less than b, have to print. Okay, a is less than b, have to print. Otherwise, if the condition is false, another condition, else followed by another if condition. This is a first if condition, right? This is another if condition I am writing. If b, if a is not less than b, then we are checking whether b is less than c or not. Whether b is less than c or not. System.out.println. B is less than c. If this condition is true, means b is less than c will be printed. Otherwise, if you want to have one more condition, else if c is less than d, if this condition is false, this condition is false, it will check that this condition, if c is less than d, system.out.println, c is less than d. Again, let's say this condition is false, this condition is false, this condition is false. In that case, else if d is less than e, then system.out.println, d is less than e. Finally, if all these four conditions are false, I'll put a else block saying system.out.println, e is the least of all. Okay, e is the least of all. I'll print. Now tell me what will be the output, guys. First condition, a is less than b, true or false? A is less than b, true or false? False. If the condition is false, this particular block will be executed? No. Next condition will be checked. If b is less than c, 7 less than 5, again false. This block will be skipped. C is less than D, 5 less than 3, again false. This block will be skipped. D is less than E, 3 less than 1, again false. This block will be skipped. Finally, else block will be executed. E is a list of all will be printed. Okay, what will be the output of this program? E is the list of all will be printed. Okay. E is the list of all will be printed. Now, what if I make something like, 2 here. I'll add 2 here. Let's see what will happen in this program. The moment I say C is equal to, what will happen? A is less than B. 9 is less than 7. False. This block will be skipped. 7 is less than 2. Again false. This block will be skipped. C is less than D. 2 is less than 3. True or false? 2 is less than 3 is true or false? True. That means this block will be executed. C is less than D will be printed, and that's it. Will come out of the things. C is less than D, only this part will be printed. Okay, like that. Again, I'll change it back to 5. This time, I'll make it 4. Okay, what will happen? I'll make A is equal to 4. So, Balu, I told you, right? If in case all the conditions are false, then finally else block will be executed. The first case I told you, right? Where all the conditions were false, then else block was getting executed. Yes, else block will be executed. Clear, Balu? Balu, is that clear? As you're asking question in the chat box, I'm just answering. Okay, if all the conditions are false means else block code will be executed. Okay, that's what I told you in the beginning. Fine, anyhow, in this case, if A is equal to 4, 4 is less than 7, true or false? True. So if block will be executed. A is less than B will be printed, remaining everything will be skipped. Right click run as Java application. A is less than B will be printed. Okay. If any of the condition is true means the program will halt there, execute that particular block, and that's it. Remaining portion will be skipped. Okay. So is it clear, guys? Is this clear? If else is clear. If else. If all the conditions are false means then only else block. Okay. If any of the condition is true means that particular block, remaining blocks will be skipped. If first condition is false means second block will be checked. If the second block condition is false means third condition block will be checked, and so on. Okay. So this is what is if else selection statements.
Hi, sir. I have one doubt.
Yeah.
If someone asks how many conditions are there in this program, so can I say that 4 conditions are there?
Yes, that's correct. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, and 4. Okay, more than one conditions can be there in the if else blocks. Okay, whereas in if block and if else if statements and if else selection statements, right? Only one condition will be there. But in case of this if else selection statements, we can have more than one. In this example, we have 4. In another example, we may have only 3. In another example, we may have 10 also. Okay, 2 or more conditions can exist. Okay.
Yeah.
If else if means at least 2 conditions will be there, no? Else if we have to use means, okay. So 2 or more conditions will be there in the if else selection statements. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So nesting is possible. Okay. So Pawan, your question is like, can we nest if selection statements? Yes, we can do that. Okay. Inside one block, we can again provide another one and all. Okay. I'll give you an example. You can leave it remaining. You can leave it for your imagination. Okay. For example, int a is equal to true. Sorry. Boolean a is equal to true. B is equal to true. If I write like this, if a is nothing but true, right? A is nothing but true. If true means condition is passed, it will go inside system.out.println. Okay, A is true, I'll say. And inside this, after that, I'll write inside this if block, I'm writing another if block. If B, only when A is true, I want to check whether B is true or not. Okay. In this case, I'll go with that. B is true. Only when A is true, I want to check B is true or not. Otherwise, don't want to check. So here A is true, B is true will be printed. What if A is false in this case? If A is false in this case, if false, the starting of the if block, this ending of the if block. So entire code will be skipped. Even though B is true will not be printed. Once A is false means this is nested blocks. Can you understand? Inside one if block, another if block is there. Able to understand, Pawan? You can nest it as you wish. Okay, as you wish, you can nest it. You can nest one if else inside another if block, or if else inside another if block. Up to you. Okay, this is what is nesting. But for Java, for Selenium Java, I don't think you have to go with that level. Okay, can ignore that. Maybe if required, we can do that programmatically. But okay, this is what is nesting. We can nest it, nest one block inside another block, and all those stuff. Okay.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Sir, open the code, please.
Yes.
In the line 13, no. If we operator can be used in 13 number A and for multiple condition.
I didn't get that. Come again.
Can we use in single 13 number line? Can we use AND operator?
Yeah, we can use. We can use. For example, what you are saying is, for example, int A is equal to 5, comma B is equal to 4, comma C is equal to C. There are three variables. Now, if you want to write something like this, A greater than B, B greater than C. Okay. Then A is the greatest. Like this, you can write the code. Okay. Able to understand this code? There are two conditions. There are two things. In a single condition, we are checking multiple things. A is greater than B. 5 is greater than 4. True, right? B greater than C. 4 greater than 3. This is also true. True and true. What will be the output? True. If true means this code will be executed. A is the greatest will be printed. A is the greatest will be printed. Clear? This is what you are asking, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So finally, in selection statements, we have switch statements. Okay. Switch statements. What are switch statements and all I'll cover now. In order to understand switch statement, you have to understand one example, guys, real world example. Let's say this is a hotel. Okay, this is a hotel, guys. And a lot of tables are placed here. There's some tables placed here. And there came one customer. Okay, one customer came and sat on one of the table. And the moment the customer came, the waiter also has come to collect your order. Okay, this particular waiter has come to collect your order. And this person has asked the waiter for some pizza. So this waiter has gone to the kitchen section and has ordered pizza for this particular person, and the waiter has brought the pizza back and gave it to this person. If the person has asked pizza, the waiter has brought pizza only. The person has asked for, okay, if the person has asked for burger, the waiter would have got burger and served. If the person has asked for noodles, this waiter has gone and brought the noodles and served. The person has asked for a particular item, that particular item will be served, right? That's what is the case, right? Is that right or wrong? This is what happens, right? Whatever we ask, the waiter has to bring the same thing, right? So, for example, if this person asks something that is not there in the kitchen, the waiter will simply say that, sorry, sir, we don't have this particular item in here in our hotel in our hotel. So, can you order the remaining items that we have? Okay. So, whatever this person asks, that particular item only need to be served. If I have to convert this into a program, the same hotel example, this hotel and customer ordering some food example, if I have to convert into a program, I can use a switch case, guys. Okay. I can use a switch case here. The fourth selection statement is switch case. Okay. So diagram I'll show you. First I'll show you the diagram. So this is the diagram. Switch, some condition expression is there. Condition expression is the item that customer is asking. The customer is asking for, like, let's say pizza, and if this is pizza, then pizza will be served and will go to the end. That's it. If the customer is asking for pasta, but here pizza is there, pasta not matching with pizza, pasta matching with pasta here, pasta will be served and done. The customer is asking for burger, here pizza is there, here pasta is there. Burger not matching with pizza, burger not matching with pasta. So burger matching with burger and burger will be served and will go off. Okay. The customer is asking for a different item. It is not neither pizza nor pasta nor burger. If the customer is asking for noodles, but noodles here pizza is there. Noodles not matching with pizza, it will not be served. Noodles not matching with pasta, it will not be served. Noodles not matching with burger, so burger will not be served. Okay. So in the hotel only pizza, pasta, burger are there. So since the customer is asking for a different item noodles, here it will go to the default case, and here somewhat we'll try to communicate the customer that we only serve pizza, pasta, and burger here. Okay. We don't, sorry sir, we don't serve that particular item. We only serve pizza, pasta, and burger. And finally, we'll end this. Able to understand the diagram? Guys, able to understand the diagram? Is it clear? Type C in the chat box if it is clear. Okay. Syntax. Just see the syntax, guys. So this is the syntax, guys. Switch conditional expression. Switch conditional expression. This is starting of the switch block, and this is the ending of the switch block. Case 0, case 1, case 2, and default case. You can have any number of cases. There are only 3 cases are there, but you can have any number of cases, and final case will be default case. Case 0, some code, and there is a break statement here. Just observe that there is a break statement. Okay, if the conditional expression matches this particular case, then this code will be executed and break statement will take you outside. If the condition expression doesn't match with this one, this will be skipped, and next condition expression will be matched with the next case. If the condition expression matches with this particular case, then code inside that particular case will be executed and break statement will take you outside. And if the condition expression doesn't match with this case, but it matches with the third case here, and the code inside the third case will be executed and break statement will take you outside. The condition expression doesn't match with this one, this one, this one. Finally, no cases are getting matched with the condition expression. Default case statement will be executed and done. Clear, guys? This is what happens. Okay, that is the syntax. The condition expression need to result in an integer or character or string. We'll go with the string. I'll show you an example of the string, guys. Okay, I'll show you an example of a string. You can also try int and character later. Okay, string. So here I'll write down string food item. I'll take the hotel example. Okay, noodles, noodles. Switch case, switch circular bracket. Here conditional expression I have to give. That is food item. Food item is a conditional expression. Switch food item. Inside the switch case, I have to write the case. Case, first one is double quote. I'll say pizza. Case pizza. Here I'll write the code. You can actually put a tab space here. Write that here. Here I have to put a colon symbol. And here write down system dot out dot println. Here is your pizza. Server is serving your pizza. Okay. And finally, after that pizza is served, we'll put a break statement here. Okay. I'll explain more about the break statement. You'll understand. Case pasta. If it is pasta, okay, then system.out.println. Here is your pasta. And then break. Case burger. Here is your burger. Then break statement. Finally, default case. We only serve pizza or pasta or burger. Okay. Like this, default case. Right? So this is one example of the switch case. Now tell me what will happen, guys, in this. Food item is noodles. Noodles matching with pizza. Are the noodles matching with pizza? Yes or no? Food item is noodles. Noodles matching with pizza? No. Will this case will be executed or it will be skipped? Will this case will be executed or skipped? Skipped. Right? Now, noodles with pasta. Matching or not? Noodles with pasta. No. This case also will be skipped. Noodles with burger. Matching or not? No. This case also will be skipped. Finally, if no case is matching, default case will be taken and we only serve pizza, pasta, burger will be printed. Right click run as Java application. Switch case will print what? We only serve pizza, pasta, burger. What if I give one of the item? Let's say if I give pasta here, what will happen? Pasta matching with pizza. No. This case will not be executed. Skipped. Pasta matching with pasta. Yes, it's matching. Then here is your pasta. Pasta will be served and break statement will take you out of the switch case. Because of the break statement, you will come out of the switch case and remaining cases will not be executed. Okay. So here is your pasta will be printed in this case. Done. What if I write burger? Burger matching with pizza? No. Skipped. Burger matching with pasta? No. Skipped. Burger matching with burger? Yes. Here is your burger. Break statement will take you outside. So here is your burger will be printed. Right? Here is your burger. What if I give pizza? Pizza matching with pizza? Yes, matching. So here is your pizza will be printed and break statement will take you out of the switch case. Done. You'll be coming out of the switch case. Okay? You'll come out of the switch case. So I have demonstrated the switch case, which doesn't match any case and execute the code in default section that is covered. So last one is, what will happen if I don't provide the break statement here? I remove the break statement everywhere. You will not get any error. You will not get any error. But what will happen, guys? Pizza matching with pizza, yes. So here is your pizza will be printed. And after that, there is no break statement. It will directly go to the next case. And here is your pasta will be printed. Though you are ordering for pizza, they will serve you pizza, pasta, burger, and finally they will also say, we only serve pizza, pasta, burger also they will say. All the print statements will be printed, guys, starting from the beginning. Here is your pizza, here is your pasta, here is your burger. We only serve pizza, pasta, burger also will be printed. All cases including the default case also will be executed. Okay, all the cases including the default case. What is your question, Nagavani? I didn't get you. Default will be added in console means?
I asked before running the script. But here, if we remove the break, pizza is not matching with pasta and burger, right? It is not checking the conditions now.
If you remove the break, pizza is not matching with pasta and burger, you are saying.
Mm.
But the problem is, if you don't provide break, right, only first condition it will check. For example, pizza matching, right? If the
Okay,
break
okay,
is not there, it will continue. That's what I'm saying. It will not check the
okay,
conditions anymore. It will keep printing
okay,
that stuff. Okay. So that's the
okay.
problem. For example, if I have if I have given pasta, in this case, what will happen? In case of pizza, that was happened where everything is getting printed. If it is pasta not matching with
Pizza.
pizza. So fine, this case will be skipped. Now pasta matching with pasta. Here is your pasta will be printed, but break statement is there? No.
No.
So what will happen? Pasta. Next condition, next case
Burger.
also will be executed. Here is your burger, and we only serve
Default.
pizza, pasta, burger also will be printed.
Okay,
Except first case, remaining all will it will fall down like that. Okay. So
okay,
that's the reason. Whenever you create switch cases, it's better you don't forget to provide break statement. Okay. So that only that particular case will be executed. Otherwise, all the following cases will be executed. Okay. In default, you don't have to provide break because this is the last case, right? There's no need of providing break. Okay. Clear? Everyone clear with this? Okay, fine. So these are the different selection statements we have, guys. We still have iterative statements and transfer statements that I'll be covering tomorrow. Okay. And coming to the switch statements, there is one more thing where the condition expression, whatever I'm talking, here in this example, I tried to provide string, right? String. This can be a string. This can also be an integer. This can also be a character also. You can say int a is equal to some number you give and case 1, case 2, case 3 you can write. Okay. Case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that you can write, and whatever the case that number will match, that case will get executed. There, case 1, for string only we will provide double quote. If the number is there, directly we'll provide 9 or something like this. Okay. You have to understand that. So try that stuff. Even same thing we can do for character. Single surrounded by single quotes, that also you can try. That is an assignment for you. Okay. With string, I told you. With number and character, you try it. Okay. With integer and character, you try this conditional expression. Here in place of string, food item and all, you write int some number is equal to, and then, give the same condition expression number and, here case 0, case 1, case 2, like that you write some cases and try that out. For characters also, char some c is equal to some single quotes s or something you give, and you give the cases like this: case single quote a, case single quote some n, case single quote some s, like that you write, and whatever the case matches, that should be done. Okay, that you can try it out. So this is what is the switch case, and we are done with the selection statements. Any doubts, any questions? Guys, any doubts or questions? Anyone have any doubts? Tomorrow we'll see the iterative statements, okay? And followed by the transfer statements. Iterative and transfer statements will cover up tomorrow, okay? Oh, sorry, Monday. Monday, guys. Not tomorrow, it's Monday only, okay? Saturday, Sunday, right? You will have some time. I'll try to see if I can give some assignments. Yes, keep asking the questions, okay? Yeah, I'll share you the code in the Telegram group, okay? As I have done yesterday, it's the same way I'll just share the code, okay? Don't confuse, don't worry about that right now. You don't have to worry about classes and all those stuff, okay? At this moment is not the right time. Shukumar, you have to wait for some more time until those topics will come, okay? Don't get confused. Only whatever I cover, you focus on that, okay? I'll explain class, I'll explain package as part of the upcoming session. This is not the right time. That's why I'm not covering, okay? When the right time comes, I'll explain the class and packages, okay? Let's see what programs. Write a Java program that takes an integer as input and prints, even if the number is even, and odd if it's odd. You can write this out. Write a Java program that takes two integers as input and prints the larger one, if else, okay? Nested if else. Multiple else if statements. Write a program that prompts the user for a number grade and prints their corresponding letter grade. Okay, so try this out. Switch statements. Create a simple calculator program that takes two numbers and an operator. Use to perform the calculation, display the result. I think this much are not required. Up to 5 will be enough. Just try this 5 exercises, guys. Okay, just try this out with whatever the concepts I covered. You try these exercises. Okay. Assignment. Which are the assignments? These are the assignments, guys. Exercise 1, exercise 2, exercise 3, 4, 5. They also will be there in the same code. Okay. Okay, then. So looks like you guys don't have any questions, but I'll share the code properties. Let's go here. Today's notes I have to share now. I'll share the notes. If I'm forgetting anything, just let me know, guys. Okay. Day 16 notes. And anyhow, the same thing will be applied. I gave you the list of programs. You have to keep trying them. Okay. 150 Java programs you have to practice by yourself. Okay. And the next one is today's selection, flow, control, statements, code. Okay. I'll share here. For that to happen, Control A, Control C, go here, then Okay. Right click. Done. And now let's go here. So GitHub. So this is the code. And also there is some doubts related code, right? That I have covered today. Doubts code also I'll give. Today's doubts code. Okay. So now the remaining part is recording. Recording will be uploaded soon, guys. Fine. That's all. Guys, if you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, you guys can leave, guys. Okay. You guys can leave. Don't have any questions. If you have any questions, you can stay and ask me. Okay. Do you have any doubts? Pawan is asking me a doubt. Selection statements means we have nested if also. Yeah, generally selection statements, anything can be nested. It's not just selection statements, iterative statements, everything can be nested. Okay. You can write inside the switch case, you can write the if block. Inside the if block, you can write if else, if else. Inside the if else, you can write if selection statements. Inside the if else, you can write switch statements. Anything can be nested. It's up to you. Clear, Pawan? You can nest it up to your way. Okay. The kind of logic that you want to implement, right? You can keep nesting like anything. Okay. The way you want to write that. You can put if inside if else inside if. Okay. If inside switch case, switch inside the if else, or switch inside the if case, like that. Any switch inside the else block. Anything can be written. Okay. Anything, everything is possible. Nesting means putting some other thing as a child of this one. Okay. The main one. Okay. That's what is nesting means. Yeah. Any other questions? Balu, Pawan, Shivakumar, do you have any AB? Do you have any questions? If not, you guys can leave. Okay. Fine, guys. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.